Hello guys, Snailer back again with another video, and today we're going to discuss the greatest mobile game of all time. So let's go right into it. Fortnite Mobile. Having a full PC game optimized on your mobile device was by the time and to this date still revolutionary. That, with the element of cross-platform, you will be able to play with both your PC and console friends or enemies, which made the game one of the most competitive mobile shooters to ever exist. Not only did they have the dream to become the best Fortnite mobile player, but also to become the greatest Fortnite player overall. With Fortnite already being one of the best competitive games out there with a very active competitive scene sponsored by the developers themselves, Epic Games were also very generous and including of mobile in their own tournaments, and even starting mobile specific tournaments when they were splurging their money for kids to win. And we can forget about the Winter Royale, when literally every kid and their grandma won money during the beautiful weekend. Fast forward a couple months later, they also added the FNCS with mobile and console players, having the prize pool even as high as for the PC players, which of course pissed them off, but created one of the greatest competitive environments and greatest battle, mobile versus console. On top of that, Fortnite Mobile also had 120 FPS on the iPad Pro, which made the gameplay experience insanely good, even better than the consoles at the time. This also helped us to even out the very competitive playing field against PC players, which we saw someone as Mude take advantage of that in the solo FNCS Invitational when he pulled off one of the greatest clutches I have ever seen a mobile player in a full-on PC tournament. Competitive mobile gaming was about a true breakthrough when mobile players finally could compete against PC players in professional tournaments. The excitement of the future was high. But then... So 4 years ago the lawsuit started between Fortnite Mobile and Apple, and as we all know, mobile players were put in a big waiting zone. Maybe people thought that we could actually play on Android still, because they had a Tab S7. However, that device were absolutely... I mean, it's an okay device, but the optimization on Android in general, as we all know, is always worse than for Apple devices. However, we all thought the game would be back a year after the initial ban, because the lawsuit would then be over. However, Apple bamboozled everybody and instead pretty much deleted Epic Games developer account and just perma-banned the game in a way for iOS. However, there were still some sprinkles of hope, because just around the corner, cloud gaming got announced on the GeForce Now and Xbox Live and Amazon, all this stuff I don't even know. Because of course, as we do appreciate the effort they put in, it pretty much put us in even more shambles than we were before. However, we also had the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8, which once again put us in even more shambles than we were before. The device were nearly an upgrade from the Tab S7, and of course the optimization was still garbage. And during these very hopeful years, just to sprinkle a little bit more salt in the wounds of mobile players, Apple released their M chip series iPads, which was such a huge upgrade even from the iPad Pro that previously could handle 120 FPS no problem. The world now sat with these extremely powerful devices, with the only actual potential usage of all that power to be play stacked endgames on Fortnite Mobile with. However, there was no way to use them to play with. Fast forwarding a couple of years after just completely giving up on the game, living my own life, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 actually dropped last year, and for the first time there was an Android tablet which actually were better than the iPad Pro that we previously used to play with. Therefore my hopes were up quite a lot, and in my honest opinion the Tab S9 was actually a big upgrade from the Tab S7 and the Tab S8. The device definitely had the power to actually run Fortnite well, but due to the lack of optimization, it never came close to the level of the iPad Pro before. More input delay, worse graphics and less consistent FPS. On top of that, you always lived in fear that Epic Games would release them updates, which pretty much ruined the game and the FPS, which happened quite a lot during the S9 era. You couldn't really say that Fortnite Mobile had returned and we were once again in shambles. That's until the European Union actually decided to activate a law called the Digital Market Act, which now would force Apple to have a side-loading feature, which means that they have to allow other app stores rather than their original app store. This now gave Fortnite Mobile a new chance to return on iOS without actually being dependent on Apple's permission for it. And it actually seemed like Epic Games took that chance. However, it was only for iPhones. But then, the Digital Market Act actually came for iPads as well as a law, which now meant that Fortnite Mobile could come back to iPad as well. And on top of that, iPad also announced their M4 iPad Pro, which had performance unlike any other tablets we have seen, crushing every benchmark we have to this date. Just to put in perspective how powerful this iPad actually is, it's more than double as powerful as the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9, which is out right now, and it's 3 times as powerful as the iPad Pro that we used back in the Fortnite Mobile days, and that device could even run at 120 FPS consistently. So the excitement for this device is huge. And also, just these past few weeks, we're actually seeing some significant improvements on the Android version of Fortnite Mobile. Me using the Tab S9, I could actually crank up the resolution to 100% without actually jeopardizing my frames. And the game actually looks and feels quite a lot like the iOS version did back in the days. All that just shows that Epic Games have now actually started to care about the mobile community. Epic Games have also updated the game with new customizable HUD settings and a new FPS counter, which looks cool. So, after this big history lesson of Fortnite Mobile, where does that put us today? Well, the game is back. I'm officially loading it in on my iPad right here. And it's just pure pleasure. It's pure pleasure to just sit on this loading screen on my flippin' iPad, just waiting for the game to load in. On a serious note though, we've been waiting 4 years for this moment. 4 years since the ban of the greatest mobile game of all time, and I'm just so excited to try it again, and I hope you guys are too. And I'm just so excited to try the game again. Is there still 120 great FPS, or is there optimization issues? There's still a lot of questions we have about this version, but either way, it's back on iOS and I'm so excited for it. That's about it for this video. I have to hurry up now for the game to load in and play so I can start to make content again. But until next time, have a great rest of your day, guys.